Good afternoon and welcome to a video. Today we're working on the 240. Always work on the 240. So I hope you're excited about it, because I'm pretty excited. Some things are happening that I broke a long time ago, and I'm finally fixing them. If you remember, November 24th of 2018, I may or may not have crashed this car at a drift event, and I may or may not have grenaded my power steering pump. I did. I definitely did. So, what happened is that I grenaded my power steering pump, but it still kind of worked enough so I could drive it. So I was able to drive this car. It just made a lot of squealing noises and didn't really work that well. So, ooh, my throttle cable's loose. I should fix that. So I took the power steering pump off, the lines, and the reservoir off. I already took that off. I didn't film anything. Now I got to take the rack off, and then we're going to get all new everything. AN lines. I'm going to do an oil cooler instead of the power steering line cooler thing. I'll show you that in just a second. New rack, new pump, new reservoir, everything. All new steering. I'm going to do eventually. Well, you know, I'm not going to tell you that. That's in a different video. So, right now, car's up on jack stands. And by jack stands, I mean wooden blocks. Right, Drake? Thanks for helping. And, look at this. Let me show you something. So here is the old, so this is what I was talking about. This is factory vehicle's cooler. It's just a long portion of line for the fluid to cool down in. Usually it's somewhere where air can get to it. Here's my pump, old pump. You can see it's full of fluid. It's all greasy and gross. And then look at this. Oh, difficulties. Look at that. That's metal shavings. So, and that's been recently cleaned. So, there's a lot of shavings in the system. So I'm going to replace everything. All new lines, new pump, new reservoir, new cooler, new rack. So for the 2020 drift season, hopefully I can actually get my car out there. Which is the goal, I guess. Right now, the car's up on jack stands. I need to pull the tires off. They're both, lug nuts are off, so I just gotta literally just pull the tires off. Oh my goodness. That is what camber does. Alright, that's what camber does. That's a big difference right there, Drake.
That is.
Well, this one's kind of evenly wearing. See, it's like super bald here and super bald here. And then the middle's, you can tell my alignment sucks. So, I need new tires all the way around. The rears are super bald too. So anyways, what I need to do now, you look down in here, see the steering bar is disconnected. This is my steering rack. I need to pull that out, but first I got to disconnect the tie rods, inner and outer, that's right here. Outer, inner, and then pull the rack out. So that's why the car is elevated. And then once that's out, at that point, it's just the game of waiting on parts to show up. So, let's just get right to it. Right, Drake? Drake's not going to get to it. He's going to watch me get to it. Pfft, what a guy.
Gonna help.
Alrighty, I cracked the rack bolts loose, which are those ones right there. You can see it sticking up, exactly where I'm pointing. And then these ones, so look, let me show you something. So see, this is upside down. Let me just show you something. Let me show you something on the other side. So, that's what you do. This is how you get that off, because it's beveled. So what that means is it's smaller here than it is up here. So when you tighten it, it like presses itself in. So we're going to turn this to full lock, which, like, look at that. That's sad. That's stock angle. Oh my goodness. This is a castle nut, see? There's a hole in there, right there. Right there, if it'll focus. And, well, there's a hole right there. It's not going to focus, but it's there. So you take your castle nut off, because it'll bend easy right there. So this is what you do. You unthread this little guy. And see, that's in there. Alright, it's not coming out. You turn it upside down, see that? So you don't bend your castle nut. Gross. Look, even Paco's like, what was that? Ugh. And then you take your hammer here and you hit this side of it. Bam, just like that. Oh my goodness. Jeez. both sides off. You can see it, that one's hanging right over there, this one's here. Very important, this is very easy to turn. Make sure it's about where it was so you get your alignment. Your alignment stays right enough. This is kind of where mine was. When I get the rack out, I'll mark it. But I mean, that doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna have to count the threads because I got new inner tie rods, so I'm gonna take this off anyways. So, oh my goodness, it's getting wild over there. Nice. Might need to see an instant replay on that one. No, and I also be racing in this, you know. Sian. So, now I just got to pull these bolts out, which is going to be easy because they're already loose. See, these bolts are what I'm talking about right here. This way. Well, not quite loose enough. Alright, so I'm going to pull those bolts out, and then the rack is... Or you know what, no, then there's these bolts. Oh, just poked myself in the eye. There's these bolts. Where are they at? They're up in there somewhere, you can't really see them, but they're in there. Right there, you see it? Right there. There's that bolt, that's going to come off. And then the rack can drop out, and then we wait for parts, is what we do. That's what we do. Alrighty, so this is where the car is sitting right now. The rack is out, everything's out. I saw a problem I need to fix, so watch this. You see that? So watch, the whole coilover isn't turning. Do you see that? It's pivoting right here. It's not supposed to do that. This is what it's supposed to do. See that? The whole thing, bam, bam, bam. It's pivoting up at the I think it's called a pillow ball. That's where it's pivoting, that's up in there. And the other side is pivoting at the threads, meaning I just need to bust out my, whatever these wrenches are called, and then tighten that up. That's all what that means. I could probably do it with a hammer and a screwdriver, but I have the wrenches, so I'll tighten that up. I have not ordered parts, but just a small report. I got a small injury here. As you can see, I'm probably gonna die. But you know what? It's all good, alright? It's all good. Power steering line got me, you know. Constantly fighting the power steering on that car. This time, literally, but I think it won because I didn't hurt it at all. I heard it in the past, but this time, it got me, bro. R.I.P. I'm gonna go and I'll probably just cut my whole hand off. Just get rid of it and get a new one. Maybe, I don't know, I'll build something pretty cool, fab it up. Yeah, 50,000 likes and I'll think about it. Let's make it happen, alright guys? I know it can happen, alright? Robotic hand? 50,000 likes. You make it happen and I'll think about it, alright? So a few days ago, I ordered some parts. They came in really super fast. I ordered them on Christmas Day, actually. So I ordered them on Christmas Day, and here it is. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's the 28th. I've already gotten 2 things. 1, I never got a shipment confirmation for. 2, or the second thing, I got a shipment confirmation, but it was supposed to be here on Monday, and I got it. But I got some crazy cool stuff for the 240. So look at this. You know what that is? You know what that? That's race car parts. That's AN fittings. So I got a couple dash 10 things and a couple dash 6 things. This is dash 10, and then this is dash 10 to dash 6. So I'll show you how all this is gonna go momentarily, but first let me show you the other thing I got, the AN lines themselves. So here's the fittings, right? Super sweet. I didn't realize how expensive these are. It was over $100 for just this right here. Oh my goodness, whoa, that's a lot of money. Alrighty, and then here is the AN lines right here. This is my dash 6. I got 12 feet of that, and then 2 feet of dash 10. Right now I have them warming up by the fire just so it's a little easier, because I want to try and make all my lines right now. It'll be a little easier to, you know, give it some flex, which doesn't actually seem like it's doing anything. I was gonna try and work on the get the AN lines cut to size, but it is so flippin' freezing out here. You probably can't see it in the camera, but it's actually snow flurrying. Look, there's a flurry. See it? No way. So you can see all the wetness. No way, I'm not trying to work right now. I already can't feel my fingers. So I just took off the steering bracket. I'll show you in a second. Just because I'm gonna paint it black, and the water pump pulley, you may have noticed it, but it's red. You may have noticed it in previous videos. So here's nothing to do with steering. I'm just gonna paint it. So that's gonna get painted probably gold. That power steering pulley is probably gonna get painted gold. Paco, what are you doing? Everything else right there is gonna get painted black. New tie rods, or the inners, the outers are the same. There's the new rack. Paco! No. He's trying to get in my car, and I don't let him in the car with the suede stuff. So this is how this is going to be. These three fittings for the oil cooler. Then these two, a -6 and a -1090 for the reservoir. And then, so this piece right here is a weld-on fitting. This goes on the side of the factory steering pump. 240 stuff. I'm going to cut that piece off and weld this on there. And so then this line is going to attach to this. So basically, what's going on is these two are going to screw together. So this is going to be welded on like that. It's going to screw on like that. It's going to come off the side of the pump, and then the line is going to go from this one to this one. That's the only -10 line I have, because then you see this is a -10 adapted to 6. And then these three, one of them goes on the top of the power steering pump. So it'll be like this on the top of the power steering pump. And then these two come off the rack, pointing up. So, pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited. I have, I'm gonna have to go get this one welded. I can't weld aluminum, so that's no big deal. I'm gonna cut this off real quick, and then I think I'm done working for the day. It is so cold. The dogs are shivering. They're trying to huddle up near me, which is okay. Huh, Paco, it's okay. Bossy? It's okay. So I'm gonna go cut this piece off. And I guess I don't need that. I'm gonna go cut this piece, and then I'm done for the day. It's freezing. I can already not feel my fingers, so. And I brought a Bang out here to drink it, but that's a cold, just got it out of the fridge, cold Bang, and I'm not about to try and drink that right now, because it's freezing out. So I'm gonna go cut that piece, and then I'll pick this video up when I can actually do something. I have a whole jubilee of parts here. It's been a few days. My finger is mostly healed. Look at that. If it'll focus. Not gonna focus? Well, anyways, it's mostly healed. So, this is a brand new, not refurbished, not remanufactured, brand new steering rack. So, that was a lot of money. These are GK Tech solid bushings. Don't know how that is gonna work because there's such a big gap there. See, it goes like that, and then this one goes like that. So we're gonna see. So I got GK Tech bushings. This also came with it, so I have to see what GK Tech wants me to do with these. These are -10. Everything on this whole power steering system is either -6 or -10. So I had to use. I'll show you more when I start making the lines, but I'm gonna have to adapt -10. See this female to female, and then there's this adapter right here, which goes -10 to -6, and then this is a straight piece, so that's where the hose would be. -6 hose coming out there. This is going to be the only -10 hose. This is my Chase Bays reservoir. That's going to look super spicy in there. So Chase Bays reservoir, eBay freaking oil cooler, brand new steering rack, brand new Nissan pump, which look at how tiny this steering pump. This is a 240 steering pump with everything taken off. So then here's the adapter to adapt this thing right here. I need to figure out how to get this off. I already tried with some channel locks. You can see it's all like nicked up. Anyways, this fitting goes right there. So I need to take that out so I can adapt that to AN. And then I have these and hoses. I got 2 feet of -10, 12 feet of -6. And then the rest of the lines, or the rest of the fittings. This one I still need to go get welded. So if you remember, on the steering pump, or if you have a 240, then you know, right here. Oh, is that gonna stay? It'll stay enough. So right there is where this fitting goes, and it has like a 90-degree bend on it. Is there a? 1 second. Is there a cloudy spot on my lens? All right. So if you have a 240, if you remember. Before, this goes right here. This bolts to here, and there's a 90-degree like hose barb fitting that comes out this way. I cut that off and then smoothed it down. And this is aluminum, so this is going to get welded on just like that. So basically it'll look like this when it's all done. I just gotta go get it welded, because I cannot weld aluminum. So that's going to be like that. That goes to the pump. This goes to the pump. And then there's the other lines, the reservoir, the cooler, the rack. And it's just all freaking hunky-dory. So I just got everything degreased right now outside. So I'm going to bring the rack out there and put the new rack in. And try and figure out these aluminum bushings, get it all torqued down inside the subframe there. I need to figure out what these are for. I have no idea. So, new rack, solid bushings, figure that out. And then the rack will be in place. I can probably get the steering shaft hooked up. And after that, the only thing that's left is going to be the, well, the rest of it, I guess. That's what's left. And just like that, the steering rack is in. I still have to bolt it down, as you can see. So with these GK Tech bushings, it goes like that, and it gives you a spacer to put on this side. You can see that side also has its spacer. Rack is in there real loose. I gotta get this piece back on, which it's already on now, pretty much. So I think I'm gonna snip this. I'm never gonna connect this. I don't care to. So I might just cut that because it keeps hitting me in the face, and I don't like it because it's covered in grease, and some of my face probably has grease on it. So I gotta tighten these down. I have to put the bottom bolts in. They go in here. Get that all nice and torqued to like 70-ish foot-pounds. And then once that's all nice and torqued, I can get the outers on, and then connect that to the to this little guy. I still need to tighten up that because it's not pivoting at the pillow ball. It's pivoting where this piece screws onto this piece. That ain't good. So I need to get that right. I need to put the outers on. I need to get this connected, and then once I do that, I should be able to hopefully mount the pump. I need to get the AN fitting. The AN fitting on the top of the pump, I showed you I was trying to take it off of channel locks. Unsuccessful, so I need to figure out how to take that off. And then I can put that AN fitting in, and then get the other one welded, which won't be for a little bit. So I'll probably just mount the pump with the one on. Get the pump mounted. I'm going to paint the pulley. I need to paint the bracket that the pump mounts to. So actually, I probably won't be able to mount the pump for a little bit. So I gotta do some painting. So after I get this thing all in here, I'm gonna do some painting, and then that'll be that. So also, once this thing is torqued down real nice and tight, I need to check the torque on the inner tie rods, because I'm not 100% sure what it is. So I need to crank that down. Ooh, another thing I did. Look at this. See that little gold bushing right there? Rack spacers, baby. So I got rack spacers, I got the GK Tech bushings, which also pushed it forward, so I should have a freaking fat angle. Like, fat enough angle, anyways. More than what I had, so that's the goal. So, I'm going to, go get the socket to torque these little guys down, and then put the outers on. So, pretty sweet. Alrighty, so steering pump stuff. The rack is in the car. You saw that. I tightened the bolts, not torqued them, but I tightened them. Here's the AN fitting that I thought went here. Does not go there. So let me just show you. This is not an S13 pump. If it looks slightly different than yours, so disregard this piece and these and this. Just look at this stuff right here. So this piece is what came out of there. Right there. So see, I was cranking on it with the channel locks, thinking that it was a separate, but I broke it loose from the nut. Either put it in a vise, but for me, I put it in the press because our vise is currently broken. So I just put it in the press this way, just enough to put pressure on it so it wouldn't turn. Then I cracked it loose, pulled this piece right out. No big deal. Don't need that anymore. Well, I mean, I can't use it. It's all destroyed. So I also threw some heat at it. You can see that bushing is all kinds of clapped out. This top bushing's all melted. And this getting got a little melted too. I threw some heat at it.
So I thought this originally, this is the fitting I bought because it said 240 pump side, I thought that went here. It does not go there, as you can see. So I was like, alright, crap. And then I started thinking, well, this is an S14 pump, not an S13 pump, so maybe I need to use this little thing, which, if you have a 240, then you'll recognize this. This goes in here, like this, and it goes, so this is how it goes. Let me see, let me put this back together. That goes there, this goes there. That's how the line goes. That attaches to the top of the pump. Where that fitting was, using this banjo bolt thing. So this one goes through here with the S13 pump. That's an S14 pump because AutoZone no longer carries S13 pumps, at least not where I am at. So anyways, don't need this bolt. Took that out, did the same thing, put it in the press, got it out. I am going to need this piece because this fitting threads into here. So I need to clean this out real nice and good. And then I'm going to have to reuse this, which blows because I need to go get crush washers of this caliber and magnitude, which is going to suck because those are big freaking guys. So that's a new crush washer. I need to get these two new crush washers. And yeah, go from there. So actually, you know, I need to go check the packaging for the pump. It might have crush washers in there. Haven't checked. I really hope it does. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go and source some. This is full of sand. It's been outside, so I'm gonna have to clean this thing really super good. So I think I'm gonna take that out, that little pin, and try and see what the inside of this thing looks like. See what I gotta clean. So I have no sand or metal shavings in my system. But anyways, these are the three parts I need. This goes into there. This goes through there into there. So I hope it all works. Is this the same depth? Just about. Then the banjo fitting will go on there. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to clean all this up and then slap it together, get my AN fitting. I don't know if this is going to work now because I have a 90-degree fitting and it seems like I should have had a straight fitting now. So that's going to kind of suck. I think I can still make it work, but we'll see. Alrighty, so I was able to find a assortment of crush washers. I actually got these two sizes. This one's a little tiny bit big. You can see I have that in the bottom. You see the overhang, but it shouldn't leak. So I got the new crush washers there, new crush washer there. I need to tighten this one on, need to tighten this one down all the way. And then I think I can go put the pump in the car. There's some kind of bracket that goes on it. I think on the front here. Not 100% sure. So I'm going to tighten all this, and then I'll go put it on the car. Alrighty, so I thought I was going to get the pump on tonight. I'm not, because this, and this are all brackets that hold the pump on. So I'm painting those nice fresh coat of black. These two are getting painted gold. I ran out of paint though, so I just got a first coat on that one, which you can't really tell. There you go. See that? You can see it's gold. Ooh, scary. So, those are black. These are gold. I have to go grab some more paint. Little Sophie's watching. And, yeah, I'm in here freaking losing brain cells. I can taste the paint. Yum. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab some more paint and then get that painted, call it a night. And then probably not tomorrow because I work 11 to 8, but then the following day I might try and get the pump on there, and that'll be super dope. So there's two pulleys there. That's the pump and the power steering pump, and then the water pump pulley. Those are gonna be gold. Then the bracketry itself is going to be the black. Hopefully by the time I actually start working on it again, I have the last AN fittings I need, which go into the rack. So hopefully I have all the fittings. Hopefully I get everything painted, what I need. And then, yeah, this steering thing is going to start coming along. I did not get the outer tie rods on. I actually forgot all about it. I've been cleaning these parts, though, for the last couple hours. So parts are all cleaned. First coat of paint on there. I have enough black, so I'm going to finish the black, and then I'm going to go grab some gold. Actually, I'll probably put one more coat and then go grab some gold. And then I'll pick this up in a few days when I actually can put the pump on the car. So I'm getting tired of seeing her like this. Let me tell you, boys, she's still dead in the backyard. I need new tires. Those are the fronts, and they're bald. So you can imagine how the rears are, because I'm not too shy to do a burnout, let me tell you. So I'll pick this up in a few days. I'll see ya.